Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Riley Vetterkin, the Communications Director here at Wisconsin DOJ. We'll start off with remarks from Attorney General Kaul, and after his remarks, we will take questions from any of you who have them. If you do have a question, please raise your hand and we will call on you in the order in which you raised it. If you are on the phone, you can dial *9 to raise and lower your hand. You can dial *6 to mute or unmute. And please make sure that your name and outlet are visible if you do plan to ask a question. With that, I'll hand things over to AG Call. Thank you.
Thanks, Riley. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I'm Josh Kaul, and I'm pleased to be able to announce today that the Wisconsin Department of Justice and DATCAP have secured a win for Wisconsin consumers as we head into the holiday season. In particular, Wisconsin, as well as 9 other states, as a result of a multi-state investigation, have secured a settlement with Menards. The settlement is for a total payment of $4.25 million. And over 750,000 of those dollars will be coming to Wisconsin. This involved allegations that included deceptive marketing practices. Through the process of this investigation, there was a review of different aspects of the company's practices. That includes things like the company's use of 11% off or 11% off everything in its advertising. One of the things that we focused on was whether there was a representation that those kinds of discounts were point of sale discounts as opposed to rebates. There was also a review of potential price gouging, including with respect to 4-gallon jugs of water at 2 locations. In addition to the financial payment that's going to be made, under the terms of this agreement, Walmart has committed to certain business practices that are going to benefit consumers. That includes being prohibited from advertising their in-store credit rebate program as a point of purchase discount, and clear disclosure of the limitations of the program. Menards is also going to investigate whether it can offer a process for consumers to submit rebate application forms and receipts online, and whether it will allow customers to redeem their rebates for online purchases. They're also going to allow consumers at least 1 year from the date of purchase to submit a rebate claim. Now, at the Department of Justice, we are committed to protecting Wisconsinites financially from consumer protection issues and violations of our consumer laws. That's important at any time to ensure that we have a level playing field, whether you're a big business or a small shop. Ensuring that you are providing accurate representations to your customers is critical. People shouldn't have to go through an adventure to figure out how much they have to pay for items that they're purchasing. It should be straightforward. And at the Wisconsin Department of Justice, we're committed to ensuring that the laws that relate to that are enforced, particularly at a time when so many Wisconsinites are feeling the burden of high costs. Ensuring that prices are fair and transparent is critical. Wisconsinites have busy lives. They wanted to be treated fairly, and that's what we're committed to ensuring at the Department of Justice. So with that, happy to open up to any questions.
Thank you, AG Call. If anyone has a question, you can raise your hand. Again, you can dial *9 to raise and lower your hand, and then dial *6 to mute or unmute. I'll hand things over to Kimberly Wathall.
Hi, can you talk about what spurred this investigation? Can you talk about the root of it?
Yeah, well, this was a review of multiple different aspects of business practices that Menards allegedly engaged in. It included a review of price gouging allegations, as well as a review of some of the advertising practices that I mentioned, including representations about 11% off or 11% off everything. Also, the clarity with which limitations on the rebate program were in place. We worked together with other states. There were 10 states total, including Wisconsin. And this resolution is the result of that collaborative work.
Thank you for that question. We'll now head over to Joshua Irvine.
Sorry for the delay there. Can you hear me, Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Cool. I was just wondering, could you give that figure on how much Wisconsin will be getting from the settlements again? And could you kind of go into a little more detail on kind of the specifics of how the kind of advertising around the 11% rebate was deceptive?
Yeah, so first, the overall settlement is for $4.25 million. $750,000 of that amount, over $750,000 of that amount will be coming to Wisconsin. We'll include the precise breakdown of Wisconsin's share for both DOJ and DATCAP in the release that we issue soon. In addition to that, in terms of the advertising, as I mentioned, there were indications that there was 11% off or 11% off everything. There were also allegations that prices that were listed already had the 11% discount included in them. In fact, the way the rebate program worked is that was something that was not a point of sale discount. So ensuring that Menards is being clear about that with consumers is part of what this settlement ensures.
Thanks for that question. We'll now go over to Jesse Opoyan.
Hi, thanks for this. Wondering, I know this will have to go, or I assume it'll have to go through JFC approval, but does DOJ have thoughts on how this money should be distributed or what it should go to in Wisconsin?
Well, first, this one is not subject to JFC approval. I can follow up with you on the details, Jesse, but I believe this one is covered by the recent decision from the state Supreme Court that found that certain types of settlements didn't need to go to the Joint Finance Committee. There's an ongoing dispute as to how these funds in recoveries like this ought to be used. In fact, the state Supreme Court recently granted a petition for review relating to funds. But my view is that funds that are being recovered in cases like this should go to support the work that DOJ does to protect Wisconsinites, both to protect public safety and to protect consumers.
Thanks, Jesse. And I'm not seeing any other hands raised. One last time, if anyone does have a question, please do raise your hand. You can press *9 to raise or lower your hand and *6 to mute or unmute. I'll give people a few moments here. And one last question from Joshua Irvine.
Sorry, and I apologize for my lack of familiarity with the prior case, but the instance of the price gouging, the $4 jugs, can I ask what in relation to what circumstances or instance that was?
Yeah, this is an issue that came up during the economic emergency during the pandemic. It relates to two particular stores. We'll include those details in our release. And if you have any follow-up questions on that, please feel free to reach out.
Thanks.
Thanks for that question. And if anyone does have any additional follow-ups, feel free to reach out to DOJ Communications. Thanks, everyone, for joining, and we look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.